You know, when you speak of that salmon fishing, you can fish salmon all the way from San Francisco to Alaska. But there's no place that provides the fine salmon fishing any better than we have right here at the mouth of the Columbia River, down on the Pacific Ocean and out of Ilwaco in Astoria. During the months of August and September, these schools of silver-sided Chinook salmon start laying off the bar prior to their run up the Columbia River, and it provides some excellent salmon fishing. And that's just where we're headed today. I'm going to take you to the very southwestern corner of the state of Washington, to the little town of Ilwaco, where we've got a boat lined up, and we'll be ready to go out across the Columbia River bar and try for some salmon. We'll be on our way in just a moment. Today I'd like to have you join me as we do some fishing here in the town of Ilwaco. Behind me stretches the main street of the town, about 3 or 4 blocks long, and in the wintertime there's hardly anybody here. But in the summertime it's a mecca for the thousands of salmon fishermen who come from all over the world to enjoy the very fine salmon fishing they have. Ilwaco is in the very southwestern corner of the state of Washington, and it provides access to the Pacific Ocean and the very fine fishing off the Columbia River bar. They have some excellent dock facilities. We'll get down and look around and be on the boat in just a few minutes. Down by the harbor at Ilwaco are some very fine charter boat areas. There's about a dozen different offices. Probably 100 or better charter boats work out of this particular port, and I know of no place where they catch more salmon than they do here in the very southwestern tip of Washington. On down a little further, we can see one of the custom canneries so that you can bring your fish in, and they'll completely process them for you so that you don't have to bother taking them home or taking any ice with you. This is Edna Reed, and Edna, it's a custom cannery here in Ilwaco.
Yes, it is.
I know a while back, you know, we used to come down here fishing, and there was no way to get your fish out here other than ice. But you have facilities now, and you've got a pail of smoked and canned.
Smoked and canned.
And the people can bring in their fish now, and actually you have enough ahead so that you can trade them canned.
You can walk right in and have your fish canned and walk right out. And they won't get trade you.
So that if you come in, if you bring your silvers in, why, they just weigh them up and you trade them like them out.
Or else we can do your own.
Yeah. Could I steal a piece of that?
Sure can.
That's delicious. That's one of the reasons I talked to you, so I could sniff that piece of smoked salmon. But the people come down, we had a Mr. Augie with us from Honolulu today, and he just take it and trade it, and he's off in his car with a case of smoked salmon.
We ship it as far as, we have people in Hong Kong that we even ship it to, and Florida and everything. We've got salmon.
Well, we hope some of the people get down and get a chance to stop in and see and get your fish smoked up. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
On several different occasions, we've had the opportunity to ride with Neil Kennedy of his Tidewinds charter service. There's several good ones here, and almost any other can provide you with a very fine day's fishing. Off to the right a little bit, we can get an idea of the immense harbor that the Port of Ilwaco has put into use here. There's literally hundreds of boats for berths of every size. Some of the trawler fleet is still in, but most of the charter boats are out fishing now. We'll have the opportunity to crawl aboard a boat of our own and try the salmon fishing here at Ilwaco first thing in the morning. Get the line on the bow. We'll get the one on the stern and be on our way. Today we have an opportunity to try out one of Tollycraft's brand new 28-foot glass sport fishermen. We'll get up on the bridge here and get her going. But there's a brand new design of theirs in a boat. I've got my youngsters aboard, and we've been joined by David Augie and his boy Steve from Honolulu. Hop aboard, Steve. We'll be on our way and head out into the blue waters of the Pacific Ocean and see what we can do about catching some fish. And we'll get our gear straightened out of the way here and give Craig a little elbow room because he's got a fish. And look at the birds going behind us. Just hundreds and hundreds of them actually running into the south. And under these birds are the bait, and of course under the bait are the salmon rafter, and that one Craig's got a hold of seems to be keep going. Atta boy, Craigie, keep them coming. Beautiful day this morning. We can see birds working everywhere. Quite a few of the charter boats out behind us. We seem to have scared them from the roost. All heading in one direction. Did you bait this, Mike? Ah, nice fish. Attaboy, David, you got him in the back. Huh? Good one, yeah. Yeah, there's a nice silver to go 10, 12 pounds. We'll hurry and move from that one because we've got lots more feeding and we'll get the baits out again. Once you get into a school of silvers, well, lots of times you'll have 2 or 3 on at once. Okay, Steve, put her in gear and we'll circle around and go through the birds. See if we can come up with her. Get her out, Lenny. Go right back this way, Steve. See, we just got the last one and hooked up another one. We haven't even, Mike hasn't even got his line back in the water. And David's come up with a fish. He's a long way from his home in Honolulu, and that ocean is a good deal colder than the ocean in his home. That looks like we're going to come up with a shaker. You get the little one, David, you get the big. That's what we call a shaker. We'll lift him in the boat. But the salmon here have to be considerably larger than that in size before they're legal. I've got one biting. We've got one in the boat. We just picked up another one. Let's see what we got this time. But that fish is a small Chinook salmon, and he's too small to keep. That one I've got on isn't too small to keep. Look at him swim around. I can't even catch up with him. He's coming right towards the boat. Come on, fish. Kick her head, Steve. He's running under the boat. Look at that crazy fish. There's a nice silver. That one's going to be large now. He's running around 4 or 5 pounds. You get one fish and you've got another one on before you can even get one loose and get this. Okay, Steve, I'll bring him up and you can slide him in the bag. That's a nice silver, about 4 or 5 pounds. Good. Attaboy. Get the net in the water head first. That's the stuff. That's got him. Good. The fish are coming aboard heavy now. Ease ahead, Steve. It's a shame today we're not fishing for gulls because ahead of us and this on the gentle swell here, you can see literally thousands of them. You can pull right up to them with a boat before they start to leave, and then they'll paddle and take off. You can hear them squawking and making lots of noise this morning. On beyond them and just a little bit to the left, sticking up in over the top of a bank of fog, some of the mountains that form the Coast Range here in Oregon. About 20 miles or so south of us. Look at that silver jump out there. Out behind the boat. He just hit the bait, jumped up in the air. Got another small silver. We'll shut her down and keep an eye on Mike a minute and get the last fish in the box. We're going to be filled up here very quickly. We'll watch Mike for a minute as he plays a nice fish. We've had nothing but action this morning. You can see a little bit of the south jetty laying in behind us. The long line of rocks you see stretching out there a mile or so. And we're about 2 miles south of it in about 30 feet of water. The fish are biting as well as they can be expected, and that one's going to jump around the bow of the boat if they're not careful. He's in the bag. Craig's come up with another fish. We'll skid ahead just a little bit. Attaboy, way down, Craig, back under the stern. That one he's run clear around the boat, out the other side. No, Lenny, whoa. Let your line out. The rowers are using real light outfits today. Actually, you can come down here with a lightweight drift rod and a fairly small level line, possibly a steelhead outfit, and about 10 or 12 line and get lots of action out of these silvers. And there we can see a nice big one coming up right in the water. Gee, that's a dandy fish. The silvers this year running good size, and Mike just missed him with the net. And that made him mad. Look at him go. Nice fish. Attaboy, Craig. That's got him. Good shot, Mike. Swing him around and another nice silver comes over the back of the boat. Beauty. Attaboy, Steve. Yeah, we'll move up on top and run the boat a little bit and watch the boys. And Steve's come up with a fish, and if he can get his brother to give him a hand, why, I think he's got a pretty good size. more, Steve. Lift him up. Ah. We got a good fish there. Has he got a bait on there, Mom? With the motor just barely idling ahead, the bird circling overhead, we'll see what we can do about picking up another. Lots of bait in the area. And just trolling a herring some 15 or 20 feet behind the boat, and right in the wake of the boat is a spot which will usually do the business on the silvers. He's just under the water. That's a small silver. In fact, that looks like one we may be putting back. Mm-hmm. Get him up, Steve. That's the stuff. That's a good-sized fish, too. Little salmon, isn't it? There's a small Chinook salmon. That'll be fine eating if the boys can get him in the net and put him in the boat. Atta boy, Steve-o. Nice fish. Oops, he just about went through a hole in the bucket. Out of the net and into the bucket. When the silvers are in there as thick as they are today, it's not uncommon to have two on at once, and that's just what we've got. Both David and Craig have got a fish on. The birds are still working, and the fish have started to come up the top. In fact, just behind the boat, you could see a silver swirl on top. The birds are dropping down on the bait, and every once in a while you see a nice big silver come up and swirl and hit one of these baits right on the surface. So we're right in the middle of the fish now. That's a nice one, David. Nice fish. If you'd like to come into the area of the fish, usually the summer is the best month, off here in the mouth of the Columbia, with the peak of the run coming in the late months, or latter part of July and August, and then into early September. The silvers grow progressively bigger, and when you get into September, there's lots of silvers that will run in the 15 to 20 pound class. But we've got two nice fish on here. We'll get both nets busy. There we can see David's fish come up. He wound himself up in the leader. You get him, Mike? Attaboy. There's one in the bag. We'll get that one out or get the other one coming in. Get the next one. Beautiful silver-side salmon. There's lots of feed for them here. They're running good size. Clear that line, Steve. Try to get him off the stern there, Mike, if you can. Whoa, get him under the boat, attaboy. That fish ran right in behind the prop. Good shot. And another one comes in. That's a small salmon. In both Oregon and Washington here, you're allowed 3 of these fine fish a day in the summertime. And if they keep going at the rate they're going, it won't take us long to limit out. This isn't a secret spot because if you look across the horizon, nestled out there in the fog, there's literally hundreds and hundreds of charter boats. There will oftentimes be as many as 4,000 and 5,000 fishermen out here off the mouth of the Columbia enjoying the very fine fishing, and it looks like there's at least that many today. We can't even get caught up with the fish now. We get 1 or 2 fish in the boat, and they can't even get their lines cleared and baited up before somebody else comes up with another. Steve's come up with a fish right off the back of the boat. Attaboy, Steve, pull him up. Look out, he's going under the boat. Once more, Steve-o. Get him, Mike. Good shot with the net. And another 10-pound silver comes aboard. Well, it's Steve I's turn to get one. He usually makes a trip over here every summer with his dad to enjoy some of the fine fishing we have here in the Northwest. They just finished up with a day or two on steelhead, and now they're out after salmon. We were over in Hawaii and competed this year in the bullfish tournament. If any of you ever get the chance, why, they have some spectacular fishing in the island. Rather than water temperature being around 40 or 45 degrees like it is here in our Pacific Northwest, why, the weather is always sunny and warm, and the water temperature is usually around 70 or 75 degrees. Steve's doing quite well with his fishing. If we keep going like this, we're going to be limited out in a hurry today. Ah, nice fish. Coming up out of water and there runs off again. Look, there's another silver right in with it. You can see another fish boil right across the top of it. Well, while Steve was working on his fish, his dad just one. We've got two on at once now. We better pull her into neutral and we'll get him in the boat. Put her back into neutral. Lenny, we'll see what we can do about putting her in the boat. Two on at once. Ah, Steve, that's a nice fish. You want to net him, Steve? We got two Steves to work. That's the stuff.
Where did you come?
Oh! No, they just come loose, I think. I'll be darned, this come on fast. Can you imagine that? Both cut off.
There are some excellent charter boats in the harbor at Ilwaco. This is Captain Neil Kennedy with his boat, the Starfish. He's going to pull in beside us and drop down. There's about a dozen different charter boat operators. This one is a 40-footer, and we've been with Neil for several times and had some excellent trips. Well, actually, if you don't have any gear, they can provide you with everything that's necessary.
We'll get the rest of the gear cleared out of the way and watch David go to work here for another minute. We've got fish biting like mad at the present time. Oop, watch out, Mike, I got a hook in your elbow here. Ah, nice fish. Good silver. Look at him come out of water. He's going to jump right to that. Put it under. That's it. Good silver. Down once more. Where's another net? We'll get Steve's fish here. Atta boy, we've got fish coming and fish going. Oh, he's in the bag. Nice fish, Steve. There's a good silver. Beauty. Beauty. Beautiful fish. Atta boy. We'll show that to all your friends in Honolulu. Good for you. Way out the stern of us, we can see one of the commercial fishermen working. This is one of the best areas in the world for commercial fishing for salmon. And there's 300 or 400 commercial trawlers out here in addition to the sport fishing boats. Atta boy, Steve. Move around the boat. We'll pick up another. Lots of fish coming. Right over the top of them, Steve. Hey, just use your head. There he comes, Steve. Yeah, somebody get a net, and we'll put this one in the net. Good fish. Not only have we got one coming aboard, but the boat right across from us, right next door to us, has got one. There's nets flying all over the country. Atta boy. Good shot, David. There he comes aboard. Nice fish, Steve. Ah, it's got him in the bag, and we'll put him aboard the boat. Okay, head easy, Mama. Ah, that's a nice fish. See him in the water. Ocean's nice and clear today, and you can see the silver rolling around on the surface.
Actually, you can drop a bait right off the back of the boat, and we've had 2 or 3 hit a bait before we even got to start it out. I've got him there. Pull him up right in here. It's a long reach, but there's another nice, good fish. Yeah, nice fish. After a spectacular morning's fishing, we head back into port. We'll get the boys in the back to clean the fish up, and you notice the hundreds and hundreds of birds that we're chasing here along in front of us. Some of the other charter boats are off working behind us. They still haven't limited out. But in just a couple hours this morning, we've taken a very fine limit of fish. No place on earth can you find the spectacular salmon fishing that you have off the mouth of the Columbia River here during the late days of the summer. We've turned into what is a beautiful day. The fog has burned away from us, the sun is starting to come out, and we'll have no difficulty getting back across the bar. Some of the boats are still moving out. The time is around noon. They'll enjoy an afternoon's fishing, but most of the charter fleet has already returned with limits for their passengers. We'll pull her up into the dock and get our fish unloaded and get her parked. We've had an excellent day's fishing, and we'll get our fish out here and get a chance to take a picture of it. We'll get the boys to get our catch unloaded and get them up the canter and get them taken care of. We've enjoyed another spectacular day's fishing down here at Ilwaco, and we hope that some of you watching will have the opportunity to come down and enjoy some of this very fine salmon fishing here on the Columbia River and the Pacific Ocean in the very southwest corner of Washington in Ilwaco.